Hi, it's Karen from DorK AfterDark. We're here at nice of you to show.
Ransom Canyon Cafe.
Ransom Canyon Cafe
Has free drinks.
It's home of the free beer.
Like liquor.
Free beer.
And beer.
5 to 9, Thursday through Monday.
5 to close, whatever.
5 to whenever.
Good pizza.
Free beer. Great food. Great pizza.
And the owner is like super cool.
Totally hot.
He's really cool.
Sorry, babe. Super hot.
Did you just call me babe?
Said he's so hot. The owner is.
Yeah, it's only 15 minutes from the mall. It's not as far as you probably think it is. What else?
It's an awesome location out here right by Buffalo Springs Lake. So if you're out here visiting out in the canyon or going out to the lake, you should stop by and eat because it's delicious.
Sounds like you're from Africa or something. Yeah, straight down 50th Street past Buffalo Springs Lake on the right-hand side in that big old shopping center. On the side of the building says pizza. On the inside says free beer.
And then there's awesome people that work here. Sarah's the manager.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very cool. Come on in, have some food and free beer.
See these folks.
So we got all of our entries for the music video. Very excited. The winner
Is Harvey with Lies Camera Action.
Yes.
And the song?
Love and War.
Hate.
No, it's Love and War.
Love and War. Yeah. We'll
Very
get
good.
in contact with you guys and we'll go over the details with you.
Absolutely. Very
Good job.
excited. Great job. Thank you, everybody, for sending your entries in. It was a very difficult decision, but we're very excited about the music video that we're going to do for him. So, anyway, we had that interview that we did with Violent Vendetta because Monday night is the big concert with Suicide Silence and them opening for them. We met with them Sunday and had an awesome, awesome time with them. Great guys. Daniel worked very hard with this interview, putting it together, and we have it to show. You have it all done. It's all complete. Sign off. I's dotted, T's crossed, right?
It's not ready yet. This place be playing some sick-ass jams, right? Anyways, let's check that interview out with
Violent Vendetta.
It's been about 4 or 5 years. I worked at a local convenience store back in Big Spring, and I had come to see a show here in Lubbock with a band called Battlecross. You know, there's one of those bands that are just starting to rise up. And at the time, though, they had blown me away. It was one of my first outdoor shows, and met with them, talked to them. They were the coolest, down-to-earth dudes ever. Hey, I'm gonna start a band, So I had to go back to my reality, go back to work, and I was like, I'm gonna start my own band, and came up with the name, thought it was cool. That's how the band began. The Vendetta part came from an old brand of cigarettes, if want to get down to the. Then I wanted something to go cool with it, Vendetta, so I thought it violent, and there it is. But it took a while before our identity was discovered, and now this is what it is. This is what it's become.
Well, see, it started off with Armando. He started it up with a couple of guys, and then I came in real soon after that, after the beginning of everything, and he asked me if I'd play bass for him and for the show that was coming up there in Big Spring, and I said, yeah, I'll jump on, I'll play bass. I'm just a guitar player, but I'll play bass, whatever, let's just have fun, And it's crazy, like, we started out like that with a couple other guitarists, and a different drummer, and then it's crazy that after that, you know, I left the band with the other guitarists, and then that's when he got David, and David actually started playing guitar, and we had another person on guitar, and then it's just crazy that it's only been within the last few years that we actually got Frank on guitar, and David made the transition over to playing drums, and you know, it's just amazing to see the transition that this lineup has actually seen over the years, and to become what we actually have become. We've never been anything.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey, but we're here, you know.
I've only been in the band probably about a year, in like February. The end of February was like a solid year. I played my first show with these guys, I believe in March. It was with Battlecross here in Jake's. We just switched over to making it a 4-piece, more solid lineup. And then I'd say about a year, a little bit less than a year later, we got Rick in the band to play rhythm. And me and Rick had already been playing before I was even in this band. And we were doing our own thing and trying to start a band. And then, you know, eventually we're just like, hey, you know, we need a rhythm player. So we got this cat in here, and so he's throwing it down now. And this is the most solid lineup that I've ever seen this band.
I started playing guitar when I was like 11. That was my instrument. That's what I wanted to learn. That's what I really wanted to do, was play guitar in a band. I didn't start playing drums until I was like 15. I mean, if you know how to play different instruments, it helps, because, and in our case, we lost our drummer, and we couldn't find any drummers.
Especially from my area, it's hard to find drummers.
Yeah, but there's a lot of guitar players, so I was like, well, I know how to play drums, so I just transitioned and got 2 guitar players, and it helps to learn more than one instrument. So
I just try to stay relaxed. I
Get some herbal stimulants.
Yeah, I mean it helps me. You know, I mean you know, and it's not something that came naturally. You know, I've been working on it for over 2 years now on being able to do it. You know, I had no vocal lessons. I just want to make that clear. Self-trained. No. I mean, I want to make this our living. You know, being able to tour the world, play with bands that we looked up to. You know, as we started this journey. You know, and
Really just to write kick-ass music and just play for as much people as possible, play with whoever, anywhere, wherever, if it's possible, and that's what it's about.
I mean, basically what they said, I mean, we want to make it. The music is our thing. It's our passion. It's, you know, just being able to open up with these bands and share the same stage with them. I mean, we'd love to take it a lot further, but I read a lot of articles about the music business and how it is nowadays and sales and things like that. It's scary. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of bad things out there that a band can fail.
Whatever the potential of this band is, you know, we have super potential, I believe. I mean, I just joined the band a couple months ago, and I mean, I see nothing but great things coming out of this band. I mean, they've played with so many national headline bands already that, I mean, it could be a matter of one day we play with a big band and, you know, the next week we're on tour with them, they pick us up, and it can all start from there, really.
As far as goes for influences, I would say just thrash. You know, like for me personally, I'd say like Megadeth, early Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, of course. But also like I'm a big punk fan, so you know I love the Misfits. Like I love it, Danzig. I mean, just bands like that. Like it really comes back to the roots of like metal. You know, I personally think that the best music has already been made, and the pioneers. And I always go back to bands like that for inspiration. You know, that's what wants me to do this stuff, and it drives me to do this. You know.
My mother was actually a huge Whitesnake was her band, and like of course Journey, you know, Leonard Skinner, or not Leonard Skinner, I'm sorry, you know, Def Leppard, I mean, you know, and like growing up, I'd always hear that. And actually, like one of the first CDs I ever got, she bought for me. It was Ozzy Osbourne's Greatest Hits album. And man, I heard Randy Rhoads play the guitar, and I knew it was like, man, I need to make rock and roll music. You know what I mean? And so I was about 12, 13, and when I was 13, I went out. My mom actually went out and she bought me my first guitar, and I started playing electric guitar, and one of the first songs I kind of, I guess, half-assed learned how to play was Crazy Train. And then so I'm a big Ozzy guy, and like it all started there, it all.
Suicide Silence, bands like that, just Lamb of God. Lamb of God's a shit. I don't care what anybody says.
They're big though.
They're the best band touring right now. Right now they're killer.
They're pretty big.
Yeah. We'd love to play a show with them. So if they ever get across from this, like, hey, hook us up with the opening spot, something,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. With me, I guess I kind of always knew that I wanted to sing. When I was 12, 13 years old, my dad introduced me to bands like Poison, Def Leppard, stuff like that. It all started out with rock and roll for me. I was always, air guitaring to Def Leppard, just singing away, that's what I like. I feel like when it comes to me writing a song and writing lyrics for a song, it's kind of something that's captured in the moment in the lyrics that I've written. It's not something that can be explained. It's not something like, this is kind of what gave me the idea for this song. It's hard to explain because the emotions that I felt while writing it are right there on that paper. Overseeing, the things that are happening in the world, I try to write my stuff, to be seen from the perspectives of, multiple people, just like this is what the world's like, and got to get used to it, That's what it's about. He's very dedicated.
But yeah,
to
I just try to let it all out. Really, I have all this emotion, and the riffs are just running through me, and it's just let it out. It's not so much show; it's just really my emotion, how I feel, and I've watched so many bands and see you go and see their some bands they'll just be sitting around and just playing, not sitting around but standing around playing, but then you see the really good bands and they're playing really good riffs and they're just going off, head banging, just super energy, and that's what really gets me going.
Every time we come here, we come here to fuck shit up, to be honest. And that's what we do, and like we really we feel off the crowd. Like if the crowd is like, like just cheering back at us and they're into it, it makes us that much more into it.
Fire.
It it just makes us do what we do, but just better. We're already good, but it just makes us. It brings our full potential out, We wrote this music, and we're sitting here, and we're those guys in the crowd too. Yeah. We're the same people. Like we go to shows, we're in the crowd, we're doing the same stuff, and but it's really humbling. It's humbling knowing that you wrote music and there's people that are moving to it. Like
they can feel it.
They can feel it, and we wrote it. We wrote it, and then we're making them. Go crazy, go off, and everything, and it's very awesome. It really is.
Mind blowing.
A lot of people say, like, oh, metal bands, the crowd's in there, they're pushing each other and, it looks like they're hurting each other and fighting. Well, no, that's just how the crowd is. That's their music. This
is their form of release.
Yeah, it's country has a two-step, metal has mosh pits. That's just our dance. That's what we do, and that's what the crowd does. It's nothing negative because, it's really amazing to see if somebody falls.
Everything stops.
Yeah, everybody stops. They help that person up, and they get them back in. They make sure that everybody stays safe. Yeah. And if fights do break out, which it does happen, the crowd is there to stop it and say, "Hey, man, let's settle down. Let's just have a good time." That's just
Even though we don't condone the violence, hey, violence still doesn't carry. And that's pretty cool. It's just like what Frank said. It's mind blowing to see people lose their mind for our music. Just the same as we do, because just as musicians, we're fans first. The women do love the violence, and that's all we're gonna say about that. I mean, it seems
They
like the
recognize
female demographic really loves Violent Vendetta, and that's awesome. You know, hey, we want fans of all different aspects, you know, but hey.
We're actually just about to wrap up the writing process to our debut album. Hit the studio late April, and hopefully we're hoping to release it, at the beginning of summertime. That way, we've got something for everybody to jam out to in their car, burn some CDs, hand it off to your friend. He'll give it to his little brother, whatever. Just get our music out there. They can legally download it all they want. I just want to be heard.
One thing I'd always stress: study the music business. Go online. There's tons of things. You don't have to go to a major university, spend like 4 or 5 years. If you want, hey, more power to you. But there's always books. There's always things online you can find, and you'll always find something interesting. And just
Especially if you're
study
looking to
it.
make it, this is definitely
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Yeah, you don't want to go in diving into this head first, not knowing anything about it. Because you could end up just broke in the middle of nowhere because you didn't do this right.
Yeah, and study everything. Study like studio,
Never give
touring.
up.
Well,
We didn't.
what makes money, and something interesting that I read is that over in the UK or something like that, the shirts with tour dates in the back sell the most. So if let's say us, an American band, goes over there and play, and we just have shirts that just say Violent Vendetta, it's not going to sell.
Yeah, I mean,
Have something that's
You have
good
to have
over
a
there.
good game plan.
What sells over there?
Yeah, we love beer. We're beer monsters. But as for other bands and other genres and stuff like that, come out to a Violent Vendetta show. We're real cordial. You want to do some collab, cross genre type shows, stuff like that. Come out, have
whatever.
fun. You know what I mean? We can have some shots, take some drinks.
Have a good
share
time
some
with it.
stories.
Party, man. Yeah,
we're really
that's what we're
inviting. We're
about.
not like some hard asses. We're real cool people. We like to talk to other bands. See what their side of the story is.
One thing that I can't stress enough is supporting your local music scene. I preach about it at every show that we play at because it's important to support your scene. I myself, I travel for little local shows in the Midland, Odessa, Lubbock area. Shows within my distance. To see who's out. See who's playing, see who's rocking. Because if I were to preach supporting your scene and I'm not supporting it myself, what good am I doing? So it's important because without the fans or without the support of them, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to stay at home, jamming out in a garage for the rest of your life. So that's why we lean on our fans a lot. On supporting us, coming out to the shows, buying merchandise. Because that's
what keeps the Violent train going.
Yeah.
These guys are my best friends. We're all good friends. And it's it's cool because like you see other bands and like there's other people, like I'm not talking local bands but just bands in general that are in a band with other people that they really don't get along with, or they do it because they have to do it, and stuff like that. Like all of us are dudes, we're boys, we click, you know what I mean? Like we're friends in the jam room, outside of the jam room, and then it goes for making good music, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that I want to say about it is, if you're in a band with people that you get along with and y'all click well and then y'all do what y'all do, like there's no bullshit, basically. You can make good music, and that's what we're doing. And I think I'm lucky enough to be in a band like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just think it's cool. Like all of us are cool, and but I really don't like any of these guys, so whatever.
Oh, we've played Jake's Backroom multiple times, and we love it.
Home.
It's one of our homes away from home. Last time we played
that sounds
Suicide
packed.
Silence, it was a sold out show. I sang the whole set from the floor. That was a very just right here on the floor. We had
It was a personal.
there was a barricade up, and I'm just yelling at people's faces, and they're yelling right back at us. It was really cool.
Y'all should totally make it out. It's going to be an awesome night. Suicide Silence is going to throw down. Amir's going to throw down.
It'll act.
Fit for an Autopsy is going to throw down. What's another band that's on there, man? There's another
Within
band
the
on the bill.
Within the Ruins.
Within the Ruins is gonna be there. Those dudes
They're
fucking rip.
badass.
And we're gonna be here. So just come show up if you see this. If you see this before the show, bring your ass, your friends, your whoever.
It's actually gonna be
Your
one of
mom.
our
Your
last.
girlfriend.
It's gonna be one of our last times to see us too before we go and record the record.
Yeah, it's gonna
so-
be one of the last times that we're actually gonna play. So we're gonna go
It
and
is.
focus on finishing and recording a record, and then after that, you're gonna see us everywhere. Like literally, you know.
You're not gonna hear about Violent Vendetta.
Yeah. So if anybody's watching this, y'all come out and y'all check out the show, buy tickets, come out,
Buy some
support it,
shirts.
and then we're gonna just rip like we always do.
Hey, even if we're not playing a show, we do have social media. Come chat with us. Come talk to us on Facebook,
Please.
Twitter, Instagram, whatever. You know, come say hi to us there. You know, we like to have conversations with our fans.
Wasn't that a great interview? You got to learn so much more about the band. We had a great time with them, as you can tell. And so we also interviewed Scott from Jake's Backroom, of course, and the amphitheater and everything else that he does. And we're going to have that interview next week with the show from Monday night, the big concert. So we'll be having that on as well.
What concert?
Bye.
I think we should have more music on here. Bye. What are you talking about? You
It's
just
over.
talked during the whole thing. I didn't get to say anything about Jake's Backroom.
Bye.
Anyways, you guys come out Sunday night, watch Violent Vendetta with...
That was Monday night.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
Did I say Monday night?
I thought you said Sunday.
I don't know.
It's Monday night.
Yeah, you guys come out Monday night, check out Violent Vendetta, opening up for...
Suicide Silence.
You were going to say Silence of the Lambs. Anyways, check them out. We'll be there. They'll be there. Peace!
In the Middle East. Is that what you're supposed to say? In the Middle East? Why does everybody do that? Peace.
Peace sign?
Peace. I'm so stupid. I'm like 42 and white. I shouldn't be doing peace.